मीटिंग आईडी है, इसमें पासवर्ड दिख नहीं रहा।
सर मीटिंग आईडी बताइए सर।
576 932 7173। हाँ, ज्वाइन करो
भैया। अनपिन पिन आप ही कर रहे हैं ना, मैं स्टॉप शेयरिंग कर दूंगा। हाँ हाँ, क्लोजिंग की
तुम्हारे पास वो 50 आ गई जो वहाँ पे
नहीं
होनी
सर,
थी?
वो नहीं आया अभी तक सर।
विराट अब
The second edition of Technofair Bonanza has been supported hugely by our illustrious alumni. After the grueling time everyone has faced in the various mind-boggling events, it's time for release and relaxation. I, Vidushi Bajpayee, extend my warm regards to all who have joined us online for the closing ceremony. Music gives a soul to the universe, wings to the mind, and flight to imagination. Somebody has rightly said, don't be pushed around by the fears in your mind. Be led by the dreams in your heart. So we have here to entertain you, our talented alumni who have followed their hearts and chased their dream of becoming singers and musicians. Our first presentation comes from Harman Singh, an alumnus of year 2018-19. You will surely marvel at his range and versatility.
संग बैर लगाया ऐसा, तुझ संग बैर लगाया ऐसा, रहा ना मैं फिर अपने नाम इश्क, तेरा नाम इश्क, मेरा नाम इश्क, तेरा नाम इश्क, मेरा नाम इश्क, तेरा नाम इश्क, मेरा नाम तेरा नाम, तेरा नाम इश्क, ये लाल इश्क, ये मलाल इश्क, ये ऐब इश्क, ये बैर इश्क, ये लाल इश्क, ये मलाल इश्क, ये ऐब इश्क, ये बैर इश्क। अपना नाम बदल लूं या तेरा नाम छुपा लूं, या छोड़ के सारी आग में वैराग उठा लूं। बस एक रहे मेरा काम इश्क, मेरा काम इश्क, मेरा काम इश्क, मेरा नाम इश्क, तेरा नाम इश्क, मेरा नाम तेरा नाम, तेरा नाम इश्क, ये लाल इश्क, ये मलाल इश्क, ये ऐब इश्क, ये बैर इश्क, ये लाल इश्क, ये मलाल इश्क, ये ऐब इश्क, ये बैर इश्क। ये काली रात जकड़ लूं, ये ठंडा चांद पकड़ लूं, हो ये काली रात जकड़ लूं, चांद पकड़ लूं, दिन रात के बैरी भेद का रुख मोड़ के मैं रख लूं, तुझ संग बैर लगाया ऐसा रहा न मैं फिर अपने जैसा, ओ रहा न मैं फिर अपने जैसा। मेरा नाम इश्क, तेरा नाम इश्क, मेरा नाम इश्क, तेरा नाम इश्क, मेरा नाम इश्क, तेरा नाम इश्क, मेरा नाम तेरा नाम, तेरा नाम इश्क, ये लाल इश्क, ये मलाल इश्क, ये ऐब इश्क, ये बैर इश्क, ये लाल इश्क, ये मलाल इश्क, ये ऐब इश्क, ये बैर इश्क, इश्क इश्क। जिया जाए ना सावरे तोरे बिन जिया जाए ना जलूं तेरे प्यार में करूं इंतजार तेरा किसी से कहा जाए ना सावरे तेरे बिन जिया जाए ना सावरे तेरे बिन जिया जाए ना याद तिहारी मोरा मन तड़पाए सारी रहना है नींद ना आए याद तिहारी मोरा मन तड़पाए सारी रहना है नींद ना आए बिरहा की मारी वेखूं रात हारी दो नैनों के दीप जलाए है जलूं तेरे प्यार में करूं इंतजार तेरा किसी से कहा जाए ना सावरे तेरे बिन जिया जाए ना सावरे तेरे बिन जिया जाए ना है जलूं तेरे प्यार में करूं इंतजार तेरा किसी से कहा जाए ना सावरे तेरे बिन जिया जाए ना सावरे तेरे बिन जिया जाए ना तेरे बिन जिया जाए ना वे माया वे ओ वे हाना हाना वे वे ओ थैंक यू
What a mellifluous voice. I'm sure his presentation has transported you all to the world of ragas. The next to join us is Anurag Raj, an alumnus of batch 2017-18. He is currently doing his music production from ASMS Film City, Noida. He excels not only in singing, but also in playing most of the instruments. He brings for us some euphonious songs.
Hello, check. Uh, how are you guys? Just let me know that am I audible to you all? You can hear me
Yes,
properly? Yeah.
yes, you're audible.
So yeah, my name is Anurag Raj. My artist name is Rag. Like people call me Rag now, but yeah, my real name is Anurag Raj, and I'm a musician, vocalist, a guitarist, and music producer too. And yeah, I think we should begin with the songs. The first song which I'm going to perform for you today is called Adat by Jal the Band, and it's one of my favorite songs. So yeah, this is Adat. ना जाने कब से उम्मीदें कुछ बाकी हैं, मुझे फिर भी तेरी याद क्यों आती है, न जाने कब से Just a second, Ritesh sir is saying that I should uh, increase my volume. Am I audible now? Can I know?
Yes,
Yeah,
you're audible
is my instrument is audible? Yeah.
properly.
Okay. Just a second. दूर जितना भी तुम मुझसे पास तेरे में, अब तो आदत सी है मुझको ऐसे जीने में, जिंदगी से कोई शिकवा भी नहीं है, अब तो जिंदा हूँ मैं इस नीले आसमां में, चाहत ऐसी है ये तेरी बढ़ती जाए, आहट ऐसी है ये तेरी मुझको सताए, यादें गहरी है इतनी दिल डूब जाए, और आँखों में ये रंग नम बन जाए, सभी रातें सभी बातें हैं भुला दो उन्हें, मिटा दो उन्हें, आ, आ, अब तो आदत सी है मुझको ऐसे जीने में. Yeah, thank you. So one more song I'm gonna perform today. It's called Lego House by Ed Sheeran. So yeah, here it goes. Whoa, 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 gonna pick up the pieces and build a Lego house. If things go wrong, we can knock it down. My 3 words have 2 meanings. There's one thing on my mind. It's all for you. It is not gonna cold December, but I got you to keep me warm. If you're broken, I will mend you and keep you sheltered from the storm that's raging. Oh, now I'm out of touch, I'm out of love. I'll pick you up when you're getting down. And out of all these things I've done, I think I love you better now. I'm out of sight, I'm out of mind. I'll do it all for you in time. And out of all these things I've done, I think I love you better now. Whoa, 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 whoa. Thank you. Thank you very much.
That was truly a pleasing performance. We wish you all success in the arena of music.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's time now to invite someone who is already a YouTube sensation. He has earned himself a place in Bollywood already through his hard work and talent. He is a singer as well as a composer. He too is going to regale us with his composition. Give it up for Aniket Shukla.
Hello. Am I audible? Hello. Okay, preferences audio. Hello, hello, hello.
Yes, you're audible.
Okay. So, piano check करो. Just wait a second. There's a problem. Hello. Hmm. Hmm. Hello, 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 hello. Am I audible?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So can you please just allow me to share the screen sound? Yeah. Okay. It is
Please
allowed.
increase your volume.
Hello, hello. Is it fine now?
Yeah,
Is my piano audible to you?
no,
Is my piano audible?
no.
Okay. Hello, 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 hello. Is my piano audible? Is my piano audible?
Yes, yes, it is.
Okay, 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 okay. दुनिया की नजरों में ये रोग है हो जिन
किसी को तकदीर ऐसी मिली है एक रांझा और हीर जैसी तू मेरा जो हुआ है तू मांगी ये दुआ है तू अगले जन्म मिल सके दोबारा मुझे अब के गए घर से जो तेरे फिर ना लौट आऊंगा तू भी मुझे भूल जाना मैं भी भूल जाऊंगा अब के गए घर से जो तेरे फिर ना लौट आऊंगा तू भी मुझे भूल जाना मैं भी भूल जाऊंगा चलते चलते करता सलाम आखिरी रब से अब तो मांगूं बस दुआ यही हम फिर ना मिलें कभी हम फिर ना मिलें कभी
So it's my original track. It's already released and it's called कहीं नहीं गया.
नाराज मैं आँखों से अब जो तुझे देखा नहीं नाराज मैं आँखों से अब जो तुझे देखा नहीं जाते जाते तोड़ के तो दे क्यों मैंने देखा नहीं जिसकी मंजिल तू है मैं वो मुसाफिर हूँ तू जो बुलाए मुझको अभी तेरे लिए हाजिर हूँ कहीं नहीं गया हूँ आज भी तेरा पुकार ले मुझे वहीं पे हूँ खड़ा कहीं नहीं गया हूँ आज भी तेरा पुकार ले मुझे वहीं पे हूँ खड़ा जिस रास्ते पर छोड़ गए उस रास्ते पर घर है तुम्हारा तुम ही बताओ कैसे जाएं छोड़ के उम्मीदों का सहारा जिस्म बिछड़ते हैं रूह नहीं ऐसा हमारा नाता है तोड़ दिए सारे रिश्ते मैंने तूने जो नाप नाया है
कहीं नहीं गया हूँ आज भी तेरा पुकार ले मुझे वहीं पे हूँ खड़ा कहीं नहीं गया हूँ आज भी तेरा पुकार ले मुझे वहीं पे हूँ खड़ा यारा 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 अपने कर्म की यारा 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 मुझको इरादे दे कसमें दे वादे दे मेरी दुआओं के इशारों को सहारे दे दिल को ठिकाने दे नए बहाने दे ख्वाबों की बारिशों को मौसम के बहाने दे अपने कर्म की कर दे इधर भी तू निगाहें सुन रहा है ना तू रो रहा हूँ मैं सुन रहा है ना तू क्यों रो रहा हूँ मैं उसका हूँ उसमें हूँ उसे हूँ उसी का रहने दे मैं तो प्यासा हूँ है दरिया वो जीने का मेरे मुझे घर दे गली दे शहर दे उसी के नाम के कदम ये चले या रुके अब उसी के वास्ते दिल मुझे दे अगर दर्द दे उसका पर उसकी वो हो हंसी गूंजे जो मेरा घर ऐ खुदा जब बना उसका ही बना ऐ खुदा जब बना उसका ही बना So this is also my own track. It is called Kanna. It was released from Z. Here it is. दिल दी किताब ते नाम लिखा तेरा सौ तेरी आज मैं ख्वाब दिखा तेरा हो मेरे ख्वाबां दी सोहणिए रानी है तू भूल न पावा मैं ऐसी कहानी है तू कंगड़ा काला सुरमा ते लाल कंगड़ा लेके आया बिल्लो तेरा सजना So thank you.
That was indeed an amazing performance. My heartfelt thanks to you all. I'm sure the musical presentations have energized all of us. I also feel elated that many of our star alumni have joined us once again for the event. We are indeed proud of these students who have also judged the plethora of events we had in Techno Fair 2020. First in line is Kartikeya Trivedi, an alumnus of batch 2014-15.
Your limitation is only your imagination. Greetings to all. This is Karthike. First of all, I would like to thank my alma mater for inviting me as an alumni judge in this competition of Technofair version 2.0. I would like to congratulate all the students of Sri Sanatan Education Center, our beloved principal ma'am, and of course our dear teachers, without whose efforts this competition wouldn't have been such a great success. By this competition, we have clearly laid down on the words of our Prime Minister that Apada ko avsar mein badalna hai. I was the judge in two events. The first one was the Oculus, which was the debate. In this part, I found many profound debaters who were very thorough with their skills. They were very content oriented. They had the fluency in their language, and the diction of the words and choice of the words was very proper, which clearly shows that the standards and bars of inter-school debates have now been raised much higher. The second one, which I was judging, was Flight of Words. The stories were beautifully written. In fact, they were very poetically written by the participants, and I could see through the lines like what the writer wants to, wants us to know, and what the message, what he's or she's clearly giving us. So, seeing such talented people and kids like you as participants, it is very hard for us judges, to judge and take out the winners from this competition. But please, guys, who those who have not been adjudged as the winners, please don't get disheartened, because the very effort that you have put in these such hard times, surviving the COVID-19 pandemic and staying positive around it itself, it is a success, or it is a part of life which it's goes around and around. So at the last, I would like to say, stay positive, stay blessed, and yes, spread positivity, because it is the need of our.
Next up, we have Chitrakshi Dubey, an alumnus of batch 2014-15.
Thank you so much.
Warm greetings, everyone. This is Chitrashi. I would like to take this opportunity to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our beloved principal ma'am, dear teachers, and all the students of Sri Sanatan Education Center for bestowing upon me the honor of coming back to my alma mater as a judge. I read somewhere that if uncertainty is unacceptable to you, then it turns into fear. But if it is acceptable, it will turn into aliveness, alertness, and creativity. And that is what the TechnoFair 2.0 team has shown us. Kudos to their work and all the participants who took part in all the events with the same gusto even during these tough times. I had the absolute pleasure of judging Flight of Words and Doodle. The entries were original and creative. The understanding of the theme and aesthetic appeal of the work was so amazing, and it was just produced within an hour. I mean, hats off to all the participants for accommodating so well with the changing scenario. You all are already a winner, and trust me, it gets really hard to choose one from such amazing entries. I hope that we keep on taking challenges head on, such as this pandemic, and adjusting and accommodating ourselves, and also learning from this pandemic, we keep our mental health balanced. We prioritize our mental peace above everything else and stay fit and healthy. In the end, I would like to leave you with a quote by our beloved Dumbledore, that is, happiness can be found even in the darkest of times, only if one remembers to turn on the light. And you, my friends, are brave enough to explore the darkness and turn on your own light. So stay happy, stay positive, and stay safe. And keep on working hard like this, and you'll achieve many, many successes. Thank you.
We have another message from Tanya Tiwari of batch 2018-19.
My warm regards to everyone present. I'm extremely glad to be a part of this season of Technofair after we helped make the first one a success. I remember what an enriching experience it was, and for a technology novice like me, it was a moment of epiphany. The most important part for me was watching the abundance of talent and skill come up and students proving themselves in myriad competitions. I can imagine, with all this uncertainty surrounding us, conducting an event like this, that too virtually, is a feat in itself. And I congratulate the Teenative Force for all their work and efforts. I can assure every participant that they're in for an amazing ride, and I wish all of you the best of luck.
We have our last message from Abhish Srivastav, who was an alumnus of batch 2019-20.
Greetings to all. I'm Abhish Srivastav, former school captain and ex-president of the Technofair Genetic Force. I'm also one of the published authors and currently working in 2 anthologies. Just last year, when the founding stone of a brand new techno literary fest was laid down by the Technofair Genetic Force, the team had a vision to do something innovative, exclusive, and interactive, which will also provide a platform and exposure to young, ignited minds. Today, I'm glad to see that 2 of my core members who succeeded me as event head and TTF head have not only continued the legacy but are also setting new benchmarks this year. Technofair will always be the best of my school memories. I'm well aware that conducting such an extravaganza, that too virtually, is not as easy as ABC. And therefore, I applaud for the sweat shed by each and every member of the Technofair Genetic Force in making this event a huge success. I also salute Madam Principal, Event Coordinator Sir, and all the other teachers who have still been a strong support system to the team. I'm sure that today every member and participant of the Techno Fair is taking home some valuable lessons and lots of memories. My heartiest congratulations to the winners and my warm regards to Team Techno Fair for inviting me. Thank you.
I thank the alumni from the very bottom of my heart for joining us for the event. It's time now to get back to the techno world. Over to Dipakshi.
Thank you, Vidushi. Imagination is more important than knowledge, for knowledge is limited, whereas imagination embraces the entire world, stimulating progress, giving birth to evolution, and technology as a whole embraces both of them. A very good afternoon to one and all who have joined us live for the closing ceremony of Technofair 2020. Last 2 days have seen a lot of interesting events with great participation from the enthusiastic students from 16 reputed schools from Kanpur. It's time now to close the IT extravaganza with the deserved fun and fair. This Techno-Literary Fest was an effort to allow the avid teens to prepare various dimensions of information and technology as well as social confluence. We hope that you all have enjoyed the events and the efforts of TechnoFair Teenager Force. We will be joined soon by two mentors, our chief guest, Sir Amit Tiwari, and guest of honor, Sir R.K. Agrawal, who are successful technocrats from our very own city. Our management committee members, too, will honor us with their benign presence, of course online. Over to Bani.
Thank you, Dipakshi. Technofair is organized every year to provide a platform to the budding innovators of tomorrow to think creatively and expand their horizons, both scientifically and philosophically. It is our good fortune that we have amongst us personalities boasting of a scholarly academic background and very successful professional careers. May I take the privilege to welcome our chief guest, Sir Amit Tiwari, and our guest of honor, Sir R.K. Agarwal. We are extremely grateful to you, sirs, for honoring us today with your kind presence. I also welcome our manager, Sir Rajiv Soni, who has always encouraged and supported our endeavors. This extravaganza today is the result of his vision for his students to become all-rounded and well-grounded. Over to Virat.
Thank you, Bani. Dreams are not those which you see in sleep. Dreams are those which doesn't let you sleep. Exactly. Techno Fair 2020 was a far-fetched dream, and it would not have been reality if we had not received the overwhelming response and the continued trust of more than a dozen schools. Keeping this in mind, Techno Fair Teenative Force gave in their blood, sweat, and tears to organize an unprecedented event in this unprecedented pandemic era. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam quoted, "All words find shelter, during the rain. But eagle avoids rain by flying above the clouds." Idolizing his word came up the very first virtual Techno Fair 2020. As the curtain falls on this event, I convey my heartiest greetings to all. It gives me immense joy and pleasure to proclaim the successful completion of all the competitions of the fest. Rewinding these 2 days, I envision excited and zealous faces all around in the front of virtual screens, all set to quench the geeks, wordsmiths, orators, painters, writers, and scholars. The enthusiastic response of the participants touched our hearts. Starting with Flight of Words, students were challenged on their story writing skills. Our second event, Enemies, left us amazed by the animation of the students. Softwares allowed were Adobe Photoshop and Adobe Flash. Moving ahead in Bizovate, our young entrepreneurs is their marketing and business strategies. Oculus, the rebuttal debate, brought about the love for public speaking as well as the rationality of their thoughts to the stage. As the name suggests, the Lights Camera Edit to shoot and edit video clips were on Adobe Premiere Pro, with the aim to stimulate the real-world video editing conditions in this unparalleled world. The sharp and the speedy reasoning brains showed their squeaky of deciphering in the event Turing's challenge. Art is the food of the soul. With this, the event's pencil, tulica, and doodle were introduced this time. On one hand, in pencil tulica, participants were required to sketch a portrait, and at the same time, our creative doodlers adorned the sheets with their unique imagination. Coming to the next event, Lee's Legacy, the future of web developing was seen in the secure and skillful hands of the young website designer on the path pioneered by Sir Tim Berners-Lee. We couldn't resist ourselves to groove on the fantastic music compositions created by students in the event On Your Ears. As the name suggests, the lights, camera edit to shoot and edit video clip were on Adobe Premiere Pro to stimulate the real world conditions, video conditions in this unparalleled environment. Event Mathletics saw the bright mathematicians enjoying mathematics housing, whereas our geeky coders were challenged with a coding quest in the event Geekopedia. The quest of the diligent quizzers was satiated in the event Technopedia, the IT quiz. It was pleasant to see the future of IT, literature, and art interacting through blue screens. I thank everyone for their support and active participation. With this, I, Virat Grover, Technofair Teenative Force Head, sign off. Thank you. Over to Bani.
Thank you, Virat. We are glad to have as our guest of honor a personality from the technical field, Sir R.K. Agarwal. An alumnus of renowned IIT Kanpur 1973 batch, Sir started his own company in 1982 in the name of NetPlus Private Limited, which manufactures auto components for leading OEMs like Tata Motors, Escorts, Fiat Group, etc., and also exports to Europe. He is a recipient of President's Award from Government of India for Entrepreneurship for the year 2000, and his company has been given UP State Award for Export in 2012 and 2014. His company is recognized Export House from Government of India. Sir is associated by many important industrial associations. He is also governing council member of Dr. Gaurhari Singhania Institute of Management and Research. Sir is also a patron of many social service groups in the city. We welcome you, sir. We feel so privileged to have your distinguished presence once again this year. May I now humbly request Sir R.K. Agarwal to enlighten us with his edifying words.
Thank you. I'm here with your school for a long, long time. And it is my pleasure to be here today again on this Technofair 2020. And I wish you all children a very high success. Today we are passing through a very difficult phase, as you all know, that we are unable to meet each other. We are only being able to meet on virtual meeting. And thus sometimes, are you able to hear?
Yes, sir.
Are you able to hear? So
Yes,
sometimes it becomes very difficult for us to do what we can plan and do, right? And this unfortunately is happening everywhere. But nevertheless, let us not lose hope. I think a lot of things are being done on virtual meeting. In fact, a lot of my people are working partially on work from home. And I'm sure all of you children have been doing a lot of work from your house only. And I, on this occasion, wish you all a very, 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 very important year that you're going through, and I'm sure it is going to add a lot to your knowledge and a lot to your learning, because not only that you're interacting on internet, and you're also understanding the vitality which is required for internet. And it is my pleasure to be here. And once again, I wish you, the principal, the staff, and the management a very, very happy year ahead. I hope you do all progress very, very well and be very successful in life to come. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words. May I now request Dipakshi Raj Rahi to proceed further?
Thank you, Bani. We feel elated to have amongst us today as our chief guest, Sir Amit Tiwari, someone who has made a mark in the field of information technology. Sir Tiwari is an alumnus of IIT Kanpur and has also done masters in business administration. He has 19 years of IT industry experience, engaged in managing and consulting various software projects worldwide. He has various consulting experience in various global firms spanning in various domains like education, textiles, automobile, leather, FMCG, telecom, and IT services. Sir has been an active participant in collaboration between industry and academia as well. An avid sports person, cricket and chess are his passion, and aviation sports like paragliding and flying in microlight aircraft challenge his intellect. He holds private pilot license. In spite of his busy schedule, he finds time to pursue his interest in singing and playing musical instruments. Very simple and compassionate, so strongly believes that inner power, positive attitude, and in depth self analysis can solve any problem. He has studied the Vedas, Ramayana, and Bhagavad Gita. Study of texts make him feel that there is a scientific connect in the messages contained in them. Besides managing his software company, Sir has co-founded a new venture called Gatha, with the objective of bringing rich Indian culture, literature, and heritage to people. What an inspiring personality indeed. We welcome you wholeheartedly, sir. I earnestly implore our chief guest, Sir Amit Tiwari, to motivate us with his words.
Thank you, Dipakshi, and thanks the whole institution. In fact, it's indeed my pleasure to be with you guys, to the students community, and with the STEAM College as a chief guest and share my thoughts on this special occasion. First of all, I would like to congratulate everyone, all the students. I have just gone through a synopsis in the last few minutes. It was a wonderful, I think, last 2 3 days activities, and good thing is that everyone has participated online, and though they have performed well. So I congratulate all the students, the institution, staff, and the management for such a wonderful organization and this event. As I have been asked to share something about computer science and the importance of computer, the importance of technology in the coming years, what exactly going on, what's the need of this technology, where we are heading. To start with, although the current generation students are very equipped with the technology, I just remember in my days when I actually when started. So the first time when I saw the computer, it was in IIT. Before that, I didn't know anything about the computer. The only thing which I was known about the word computer, it is when we used to read कि चाचा चौधरी का दिमाग कंप्यूटर से भी तेज चल रहा है, something like. But the today's generation is, of course, is marvelous, very energetic and very tech savvy. The mobile, the device which actually the whole world in their pocket. The importance of technology we are seeing today, how I am interacting with you, how we all are interacting to each other. This is Zoom, and is the real practical world of technology. So no one can deny that today is the world of technology and the future is technology. Whatever the areas are left, it will be soon covered in the future. So first of all, I just want to basically understand how many students are here. Is there any there Dipakshi or Virat, you can answer my questions. In the current audience, how many are basically from computer science background or those who want to make career in the computer science? Let's make this session interactive.
So I think right now most of them want to pursue that.
Perfect. So what I assume here, okay, everyone here want to make a career in the field of technology. Is there anyone who want to who don't want to make the career in the field of technology or want to do the other things? Even if you don't want to make the career in the technology, but you have to be equipped with the technology. You have to be familiar with all the current trends and all the future trends. So in this 15-20 minutes discussion, what I'm going to share, it is why programming is important, why computers are important for everyone, and what are the future trends which will basically change the dynamics of the employment, change the dynamics of the industry with the help of technology. So I think I need not to share too much time on saying what exactly the computer is. Everyone should know, and everyone will know of this. Second part is that why programming is necessary. Of course, whatever we are doing, the Zoom is a practical example, WhatsApp is another example, Facebook is the another example. How we are interacting, it is with the help of 0 and 1. The computer doesn't understand any language. The computer understands only 0 and only 1. So we can say in a very layman and a comic way, the computer only understands a bat and a ball. It is a circle and a stick. And with the combination of the multiple bats and multiple balls, the multiple zeros and multiple ones, you create images, you create sound files, you create wave files, you create multiple aspects of industry of the real world. So in the previous year, when in 90s, when actually the Unicode was introduced, before the Unicode, it was very tough for a person who doesn't know Hindi. He only know English. And if he is talking to someone and the another person doesn't know English, it is very tough and they need to use a interpreter between them. So one person says something in Hindi, the another assistant understands the word, basically that interpreter, the responsibility is very important that day because he should understand that he was basically trained in a way he should understand Hindi and he should understand the English as well. Or the similar other language. Suppose I was going to Germany and I had to interact with the Germans or I had to interact with the Chinese or Japanese, and Chinese and Japanese doesn't know English and we doesn't know Chinese or Hindi. So the interpreter role was to understand my language, convert them in their local language, and then that person understand, okay, this was the statement. Then he respond, the interpreter again translate in my local language. So after the Unicode, the technology has automatically converted this thing. And today, even if you doesn't know anything, but you can write in Chinese, you can understand Chinese. This person is talking in Chinese, and with the help of technology, You are understanding this in Hindi or English or any language which you prefer. This is the technology. And here, this is a very, very basic example. In earlier days, if I, because I do understand your whole, all the students are very familiar with the YouTubes and movies and TV serials, Netflix, Hotstar.
Amit,
So,
Amit, sorry to disturb. Can you be nearer to your mic so that the sound is better?
am I not audible clearly?
That's better.
Fine. So, am I audible now?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Okay. So, as I was saying, that everyone will be familiar with the Netflix, everyone will be familiar with the Hotstar, Amazon Prime, and other technologies. How basically it is converting? What are the application behind this? It is all computers. The computer is converting the raw file into the wave file, and you are experiencing the movies over the Netflix and other things. This is the OTT platform. Same with the audios. So that is the importance of technology, and it can be only done when you will learn the programming. And the learning of the basics of the programming starts with the understanding of a very common terminology, which is called C or C++. It is a very old language, but it is the fundamentals. Once you will get familiar and get a mastery in C or C++, learning any other advanced language will not be a challenge. Why I'm talking about C and C++? Because C is a normal language and C++ is a object-oriented programming language. I do believe the students community who are here, who are learning the computers, will be familiar with the object-oriented programming. And the whole world is today working on this OOPS concept and the RDBMS concept. So my sincere suggestion and my sincere advice to the current students is to learn these two programming language first, get a command, and then move to the another important language called, you can learn Python, you can learn R, you can learn Java, you can learn .NET. But the fundamentals will start with C and C++. So once you will understand the C and C++, then you will be able to create any programs, and then you will be able to understand any advanced language. So this is the importance of programming, and I will move to the next section, which I'm going to cover in my talk, is what are the future trends, where we are going right now. Most of the terminology will be familiar with the students. Like in next 5 years or in the next 10 years, the most common technologies which have been started, the scenario has been started in today's life. It is Internet of Things, IoT, we used to say it, the virtual reality, the technology like big data analytics. I will give you a brief about everything in a very summarized way so that everyone will be understand this. The cloud computing, it is a buzzword today. We are working in the 4G. People have started working on the 5G technology. And few days back, I was studying a research paper where some countries have started working on 6G also. And of course, most of you people had heard about AI and ML, artificial intelligence and machine learning, how it is impacting our life, enterprise software application, blockchain, and wearable technology. The huge demand. Robotics would be the another one. The huge demand is coming in these areas. So if I talk about the Internet of Things, you might have heard, and most of the people will use Alexa or Google Home. What exactly it does? Google, please Switch off the light. Alexa, please play this song of Arijit Singh. Or you are basically, your parents are coming from the office after the long day, and they just send a message to the Alexa. Alexa, please open the air conditioner of my bedroom. That's one example. Or something, you are sitting somewhere and you just forget, oh my God, I just forget to close my door. You just use the app, send a command, and the door will automatically lock. So this is the real example of Internet of Things. How basically it is working. It is a combination of the human practices and the computer. There are certain language which basically works behind this algorithm. I will not say go in detail because it is a vast topic, but this will be the another future. The automatic lights are coming. You just say switch off the light. You just pass your hand from the switchboard just like this, and the light will be switched off. It is a sensor technology. It will basically and try to understand the wave pattern of your hands. So this is the Internet of Things. The another important part and technology which will certainly rule the world will the virtual reality. I do believe the few years back there was a movie came from Rajnikant. It is a robot. This second robot 2.0 also came years back of Akshay Kumar. But if you have seen the Rajnikant robot, whosoever have seen this, if I have not seen, so I strongly recommend to see that movie because that movie is the perfect example of understanding the robotics, the artificial intelligence, and virtual reality. There was a scene where the friend of Rajnikant was trying to appear in the examination. I will not suggest to follow this practice in your real life. Otherwise, your teacher will, of course, mark a penalty on you. But with the help of virtual reality, Rajnikant had built up a robot, and with the help of camera, the robot was trying to read the question paper of the Aishwarya Rai, who was sitting in the examination center and giving the answer. So the whole question paper was in front of that robot. So that was the virtual reality. The second, in gaming technology, lots of games are coming where you can feel the experience. You can feel that you are traveling in the Mars. You can feel for in the health industry, you can feel that you are doing the surgery, the throat surgery, the abdominal surgery. So this was with the help of technology, that device create an image in front of your eyes. Of course, you need a certain equipment to experience that, where you can see ki, okay, it is going inside the throat. The internal architecture or of the throat is like that. So with the help of virtual reality, you can practicing and you can experience the whole health system, whole the body structure, and the health mechanism, the health technology will be get revolutionized once it will be fully implemented in the health domain. The another one is big data analytics, another very important part. I have shared with the IoT. I have shared the virtual reality. What is the common? They all are generating data. They all are generating inputs. In today's scenario, everyone will be on Facebook, Twitter, using Instagram, Tumblr, Pinterest, or it is a social media. Whatever the activities you are doing, it is all being captured in a certain repository. You will be amazed to know that today, every day, approximately 1 zettabyte of data is generated. Zettabyte. And you know, 1 zettabyte is 1000 terabyte, and 1 terabyte is 1000 gigabyte. So you can calculate the amount of data which is generating in every day across the world. Where this data is going? Who are going to use that? You might have experiencing in a lot of way. If you search something in the YouTube, from the next hour in your Facebook or other social media, you will start getting the suggestions. Suppose I have practicing, I have searched something. I have to go from to Bombay from Delhi. What are the best flights? I have just searched in Make My Trip. In next hour, the Facebook or Google start sending messages. These are the flights for you. These are the best hotels. These are the best taxis. How it is coming? It is a big data analytics. The 1 zettabyte data is being used in various applications, in various domains. So whatever we are searching, we are not hidden. All the Google, Facebook, they are keeping an eye on us. हम क्या कर रहे हैं, हम क्या सर्च कर रहे हैं, उनको सब पता है. हमें भले ही नहीं पता हो. Even we don't know what exactly we are doing. Where we have to go, but these companies know this thing. So big data analytics has a very potential in the coming future, and students can make a good career. And to make a career in a big data analytics doesn't mean you need to understand the computer science. There are a lot of openings in the field of big data analytics. You can be a good analytics. You can be a good presenter. You can be a good programmer. And the tool basically which are using for this big data analytics are Hadoop, and all. As I told you about IoT, I just want to share one figure with you, the students. Currently, 212 billion things are in the world. And in only next 6 months, it will be 4 times with the number of humans. Means one human will use minimum 4 devices. Minimum. Whether it is a watch, whether it is a mobile, whether it is any gadget. So this is IoT, and of course I have shared the example, and the data which will be generated through IoT and virtual reality will be analyzed and converted into the form of information and knowledge with the help of big data analytics. Another one is cloud computing. Emails. We all are using emails. We all are using Facebook. We all are using banking services. They are all the perfect example of cloud computing. So 3 types of cloud computing are there. One, of course, it is a platform, application you can say, or in a very normal way, we can say software as a service. How much you want to use? Just use in particular time. Otherwise, switch off your day. You need not to pay anything for the Facebook. You need not to pay anything for using your Gmail or another email services. And you need not to invest anything on the hardware. Only thing you need a device and a good internet connection. So this is the one, application as a service. To run the application, it needs, so the strong openings will come in the application part. Another big opening will come in the platform part, because to run the application, we need a operating system, we need a computer, servers. So the industry will need engineers who have a expertise in platform, and of course infrastructure, where all the data are being hosted in the cloud, Azure, AWS. I think the AWS and Azure will not be a buzzword for you students. All of you will get familiar with what exactly the AWS is, Amazon is, Microsoft is, Google is. They all are providing you the computing and storage over the cloud. Google is providing 5 GB space to every email user, where you can save your files, you can save your images, you can save your songs or any personal data. You need not to save anything on your own laptop. Forget other things where big hard disks are required. Another very important part, artificial intelligence and machine learning. Intelligence, we all know, artificial intelligence, where we program in the computer in such a way, जहाँ पे कंप्यूटर हमारे लिए डिसीजन लेता है, हमें सजेशन देता है, you should do this thing, you should do this thing. How this will impact your business, how it will impact your education, how it will impact your career based upon your past inputs. The big data analytics will give the data to the AI system, and the AI system will suggest you if because of your marks you have scored in your last examination, these are the suitable careers for you, where you can unwell, where you can go to the new height, where you can achieve new heights. And how basically AI and ML works, there are so many languages with the help of Python, with the help of R. These are the languages you should learn if you want to make a career in the field of artificial intelligence and machine learning. So these are basically certain tips and certain technologies I have shared, which will rule the future. Robotics, another example for that. Even in today's scenario, again, I am coming to the example of the robot. There was a one scene where robot has done the surgery in that movie. In that time, of course, it can be illusion, it can be considered as an extraordinary thing or procrastinated thing. But in today's world, it is a practical example. We have, in 20 years back, we have never thought about if there would be the one day where the closing ceremony will be done like this. Even 10 years back, we can't imagine this. And today we are doing. So the future will come where robots will take the decision from your side. They will do the complex application for you. The robotics will be highly used in mining areas, in defense areas, in security areas. Think about the situation where a building will be exhausted with a big fire, and it is not possible for a human to go inside the fire, even if he will be covered with the fire extinguishing kit and all. Then the robots will work. In defense application near the LOC and near the border areas, where no one knows where the mines has been implanted. And the mines will work in such a way that whenever some pressure will be put in the mines, it will be bombarded. So robots will be used in those areas. So this is another practical example of the robotics. Even if you have seen the YouTube, the multiple videos are available in the YouTube, where Amazon and Google and even Tesla, they are all, Tesla is coming with the driverless car and intelligent traffic system. Who will control that traffic? There will be the robotic algorithm inside that. They will rule the traffic. So why industry are migrating in that area? Because it will help in generating low e-waste. We are going to the green. Everyone is saying the green effect. So it will help in generating less pollution. It will help in generating less electronic kacharas, because e-waste are the biggest source of generating emissions. In fact, the pollution. So besides this, there are so many other technologies like blockchain, like wearable technologies. We can wear it in our body, in smart vests are coming who will capture your blood pressure and send your body data to your family doctor and to your angels or to your friends or family members. So they can see, okay, since you have wear that particular vest or particular t-shirt, so they can monitor your blood pressure, they can monitor your multiple health related information and data. So these all technologies which will be coming in the future, it will certainly make a big impact on our day-to-day life, whether in the education, whether in the health, whether in manufacturing, whether in music industry, whether another entertainment industry, and all. So I think I have been given the 25 minutes of time. I have tried to capture a lot of upcoming areas where technology will play a major role. And I strongly suggest a student to learn about these technologies. Everything is available on YouTube. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Over to Bani.
Thank you, Dipakshi. As a mark of our gratitude, I'd like to present a humble memento to our venerable chief guest, sir. May I request Sam Thank you so much for accepting our invitation and your enlightening mentor will be replaced, sir. Thank you, ma'am. We are very grateful to our honored judge, Sir Suman Sharma, who is physically present in school right now. May I request ma'am once again.
Thank you so much once again for joining us this year. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Over to Dipakshi Vira.
Thank you, Bani. The ultimate victory in a competition is derived from the inner satisfaction of knowing that you have done your best and have got most out of what you had to give. It's time now for the much awaited moment, the prize distribution ceremony of Technofair 2020. Today's event was a grand success, and I must mention that all the participants were excellent in their respective genre. All of them gave a tough competition to each other. Before announcing the results, I would like you to note that students of our school have also participated in all the events. In case they win, the trophies will be ceded to students in the next position.
The very first event was Flight of Words, and the winners are: in the third position, we have Vedika Gupta from Sir Padampat Singhania Education Center. Second place goes to Jasnoor Kaur Shillon from Florets International School. And the winner is Adya Pandey from Delhi Public School, Azad Nagar. The next event was Enemies, and in this event, Devansh Shukla from SSDC stood first, but we have decided to forego our position. Therefore, in the first place, we have Shreyash Singh from Delhi Public School, Azad Nagar. In the second place, we have Anmol Srivastav from Gaurav Memorial International School. And in the third place, we have Kushal Singh from Dr. Viren Swarup Education Center, Unnao.
Below it, in the third place, we have Stuti Lamba of Delhi Public School, Azad Nagar. In the second place, we have Bhavya Singh of Sarpadam Pat Singhani Education Center. And the first prize goes to Virat Shukla of Viren Swarup Education Center, Kidwai Nagar. Now we have the results of Oculus. On the first place, we have Akshat Agrawal of Sarpadam Pat Singhani Education Center. On the second place, we have Ayush Singh Raghuvanshi, DPS Barra. And on the second place, we have Ronak Bulani of Sri Sanatan Dharma Education Center. As there were two students at second position, so we skipped the third position. And now on the third prize goes to Adhya Pandey of DPS Azad Nagar.
In the event lights, camera, edit, in the first place is Uspreet Singh and Gurjas Singh from SSDC and DPS Azad Nagar. But we have decided to forego our position. Therefore, first place goes to Gurjas Singh. In the second place, we have Anand Vardhan Pandey from Dr. Viren Swarup Education Center, Kitwai Nagar. And in the third place, we have Manas Bhatt from SGM International School. Moving ahead, next we have Turing's Challenge. In the third place, we have Amitabh Bajpai from Allen Public School, Panki. In the second place, we have Devansh Dwivedi from Dr. Viren Swarup Education Center, Kidwai Nagar. And the winner is Vansh Raj Sachan from Sarpadam Pat Singhania Education Center.
Our next event was Pestle Pulika, and the results are: in the first place, we have Shashwat Trivedi of Sarpadam Pat Singhani Education Center. In the second place, we had Ashla Singh of Sri Sanatan Dharma Education Center. But being the host school, we have decided to forego the position. So in the second place, we have Harshita Kanodia of Dr. Viren Swarup Education Center, Kidwai Nagar. And on the third prize goes to Aishwarya Pratap Singh of Allen House Public School, Panki, who was earlier on the fourth position.
Next in line, we have Lee's Legacy, and the winners are: in the third place, we have Samarth Bhatt from SGM International High School. And in the second place, we have Kanishk Kulshresht from Har Milap Mission School. And the first place is grabbed by Ayush Gupta from Sarpadam Pat Singhania Education Center. Our next event was Big Splash, and the winners are as follows. In the first place, we have Devansh Ojha from SSDC, but as we have decided to forego our trophy, therefore, the first position goes to Aditya Singh, who was initially in the second position. And in the second place, we have Vanshu Bharti from Har Milap Mission School. And the third position is grabbed by Arnav Gupta from Delhi Public School, Azad Nagar.
The next event was No Spoonerism. The third position is won by Som Tripathi of Allen House Public School, Ruma. Divyansh Sachan of Delhi Public School has got second position. And the first prize goes to Akshat Agrawal of Sarpadampat Singhania Education Center. Next in row is Technopedia. And techno enthusiasts are Prayatu Mishra of DPS Azadnagar has grabbed the third position. Yash Yadav of Dr. Viren Sarup Education Center, Kidwai Nagar, has got the second position. And the first position goes to Shivan Sharma of Sarpadampat Singhania Education Center. Our next event was On Your Ears, and the proud winners are. Now, here is the twist in the results. The first position is won by Varun Pal of Sri Sanatan Dharma Education Center. But being the host school, we have decided to forego our position. So the results are: in the first place we have Abhinav Tomar of DPS Azad Nagar. In the second place, we have Jayesh Nathani of Sarpadampat Singhania Education Center. And now, in the third place, we have V. Shokla of Dr. Viren Sarup Education Center, Kidwai Nagar.
Next up, we have mathematics, and the winners are. In the third place, we have Vashisht Bhadoria from Dr. Viren Swarup Education Center, Kidwai Nagar. The second prize was backed by Rudransh Srivastav from Dr. Viren Swarup Education Center, Unnao. And the winner is Vansh Raj Sachan from Sarpadampat Singhania Education Center. In the event Geekopedia, the first position is grabbed by Pratham Bajaj from SSDEC, but as we have decided to forego our trophy, therefore the first position goes to Ram Avtar Dubey from Viren Swarup Education Center, Kitwai Nagar, who was initially in the second place. And the second position goes to Kanishk Kulshresh from Har Milap Mission School. And the third position is grabbed by Hardik Sachan from Delhi Public School, Barra.
The last event was Doodle, and the winners are. In the first place, we have Saksham Agnihotri of Har Milap Mission School. In the second place, we have Aditya Kaushal of Escorts World School. In the third place, we had Cheshta Bajpai of SSDEC. But as decided earlier, being the host school, we will forego our position, and hence now we have Ishika Agrawal of Allen House Public School, Khalasi line, and Sahil Khanna of Sarpadampat Singhani Education Center, who were on the fourth position. Now, I invite our Honorable Principal Ma'am to propose a vote of thanks and declare the overall team prizes.
Hearty greetings to honorable guests, management committee members, all the principals who have joined us, dear teachers, and my very, very dear students. Somebody has very rightly said, nothing changes if nothing changes. Change is the only constant in the world. And we need to understand this and keep changing with the changing times. And the demand of the changing times is technology. It is technology which has saved the entire educational system from collapsing in these pandemic times. So we really need to provide platforms to our students to get opportunities to expand their realms of imagination so that they become innovators tomorrow. Technofair was an event just to provide that opportunity to as many students as possible. This Technofair was a fest for the students, by the students. And I feel so glad today that everything has concluded so very smoothly. Our students really deserve a very, very loud round of applause for the good work that has been done by them. You can understand that when everything is being conducted online, a lot of technicalities are involved. There can be network issues. We had to be very punctual. Then we had to have very sound communication with all the participants. But hats off to the students and the team of teachers. Everything has gone off very, very smoothly. So I really commend, first of all, the effort of the TTF head, Virat Grover, event head, Pratham Mishra, the core team members, Bani Preet Kaur, Aditi Gupta, Sahil Nigam, and Mannat Kaur. They really deserve a very, very loud round of applause. And then their pillars of support. Really, wonderful job done. And their pillars of support were the students in charge of the various events, Vidita Vasti, Naman Bhavnani, Nishita Rathore, Shreya Bajpayee, Vishesh Trivedi, Ananya Bajpayee, Dipakshi Rajrahi, Aishwarya Jhamnani, and Priyanshu Jha, and all the students who were taking the charge as the sub in charges with them. Also, all the volunteers who have helped to see that everything went off just impeccably. I don't have enough words of appreciation for these students, but I can say with confidence that you will all go a very, very long way in future, children. And I feel very happy today that we have probably been able to do justice to the system of education. And yes, I must say that the Shishyas cannot go a very long way unless they have good gurus. So I commend the great, great effort that has been put in by all the teachers who were supporting the students constantly. The teacher in charge, Mr. Gaurav Singh, has worked day and night to see that everything goes very, very smoothly. And he was supported throughout by all the other teams of teachers, our music department, our art and craft department, our commerce department, our English department, each and every one. And of course, a lot of appreciation for all the computer teachers who joined their hands to make this event so, so very successful. My hearty gratitude to our alumni. Thank you so much, children, for joining us yet again. We had a number of alumni joining us in our Techno Fair last year, and then we had some new ones joining us this time. It feels like a family reunion when you all communicate with us, children. So I feel that this Techno Fair has made our bonding even stronger. So keep in touch, children. I'm really very, very proud of you. And of course, I'm very proud of the three students who regaled us with their beautiful, melodious voices. I can only wish you a very, very bright future. Keep singing and keep earning a name for yourself. It really makes me feel extremely, extremely proud to see you doing so wonderfully in the field of music. My hearty gratitude to Mr. Suman Sharma for once again judging some of our intricate competitions. He was there with us last year and he joined us once again this year. Thank you so much for joining us, for encouraging the efforts of our students. I'm very, very grateful to all the principals. This whole event would not have been a success had we not got a good response from 15 schools. Thank you so much, all of you, for the participation of your students in this fest. And I hope to see all these students once again next year. I'm so very grateful to our chief guest, sir, Amit Tiwari, for accepting our invitation at a very, very short notice. Your talk today was really very enlightening. You were able to explain the very, very practical aspects of computer science to the students. And I'm sure it has gone down very, very well with them. And this shouldn't just be the end of our association. We will continue to associate with you in future as well for the betterment of our students. Thank you so much, Sri Agarwal ji, our guest of honor, for joining us today. Your advice is something that we always look forward to, as you are also the patron in our management committee, sir. Thank you so much for your lovely encouragement to our students. And I have no words once again to thank our management committee members for allowing us to hold this entire fest. Everyone is today very hard pressed for resources. But then the management committee, they gave us a nod to go for it because they always think ahead and they don't want that any kind of gap should be created in the education of our students. So I'm really very, very grateful to the management committee for their wonderful support and encouragement always. Now I'm sure that everybody is waiting for the announcement of the overall trophies. So here I go. At the third place, we have Delhi Public School, Azad Nagar. Let's give a very big round of applause to the students of Delhi Public School, Azad Nagar, who won last year and who have won yet again. Very, very well done. At the second place is Sri Sanatan Dharm Education Center. And at the first place, I'll announce a little later, because since we have backed the second position, we will not accept it. So this position has been ceded to Delhi Public School Azad Nagar, and they become the runners-up of the event. Congratulations, children. Congratulations to the principal. Then who is at the second runners-up position? In the second runners-up position is a school. We heard the name a number of times when the prizes were announced for the various events. And this school is Dr. Viren Swaroop Education Center, Kidwai Nagar. They have participated for the first time and performed brilliantly. I'm so happy for this team of students. And now, I think the guesses must have been made. We have at the top, once again, TF 05 at the top, Sir Padampat Singhania Education Center. Very well done. You have kept up the name of your institution, children and teachers. Congratulations to the principal. Very well done. And let me now announce the names of the Technofair champs. So we have two students once again. In the first edition also, we had 2 students, and now once again, we have 2 students. And the Technofair champ is, as you can guess, from Sir Padampat Singhania Education Center. Once again, Akshat Agarwal. Let's give a very, very big hand to dear Akshat. Well done. And this championship has been shared by one more student for whom I think I will have to insist on the management to give a trophy, and that is Devanshu Ojha from Sri Sanatan Dharm Education Center. Both of them have scored 20 points together. So well done, all of you. I'm really, really very, very proud of you for coming forward to participate in this extravaganza. Had you all not participated enthusiastically, our efforts would just not have been successful. So congratulations and my blessings and wishes to everyone. Till we meet again, thank you, everyone.